'Twas the night before ISTEP. 'Twas the night before ISTEP, and all through the town, not a student was nervous. They had this thing down. The tests were all stacked in the office with care, while visions of mastery danced in the air. The teachers were grading, while the students in bed had just settled their brains for the long tests ahead. When outside the school there arose such a clatter, Mrs. Rosenbaum sprang from her office to see what was the matter. Away to the hallway she flew like a flash, avoided the copier and hoped not to crash. The message on top of the front office desk stood out in the darkness like a squirrel in a nest. Then, what to her wondering eye should appear but a notice that testing would be shortened this year. With a notice like that coming out of the blue, she didn't doubt for a moment that it must be true. More welcome than chocolate was the news this note held, and she read it and read it till she wanted to yell, "This is awesome! What great news! This will make life much simpler. We knew we'd do well, but now we'll do even better. To the computer, to email, and the message I'll send. The teachers and students will be relieved to no end." As teachers received the message and sighed with relief, they felt their students were ready, and now they could sleep. So, off to a dreamland the teachers they went, as they knew their time teaching had now been well spent. And then, in a twinkling, the teachers felt certain that they'd given the students all the things that could help them. They'd taught them to read each passage with care and to look over the answers to find what was there. They'd coached them in solving each problem they saw and given them strategies they could recall. Those prompts, how they'd pat them, their answers, how right. The students were ready, the teachers thought with delight. Their pencils were magic. Their knowledge was vast. They'd have chances to prove it on ISTEP at last. The day of the testing was finally here. The students were ready. They'd been prepping all year. The teachers spoke kind words and gave students much praise. Just remember what you've learned, and those scores you will raise. The students sprang to their tests, and the teachers all smiled. The testing, it started, though it had been restyled, and I heard kids exclaim as the testing began, "We've got this thing, guys, and pass it we can."